Hey everyone, it's Ange for Steel City Scented. Welcome back to another fragrance freestyle. Tonight we are reviewing Summoning by Mr. Neil Morris. So I've covered the house history and Neil's mission several times. So if you want to check out discussion of that, go on his website or go back to my previous videos. But I will walk through the notes of the fragrance, how I experience it, where I'd wear it, and how it makes me feel per usual. So let's just jump right in and kick it. So there are on Neil Morris's website, he has two different sections, like I mentioned. The Signature Collection, which is 2, 4, 6, 8 fragrances. Then there is a Vault Collection, which has quite a few. I can't count that fast. However, if you go onto Parfumo or Base Notes and happen to see a fragrance in which you're interested, but it's not listed on the website, you can put another sample in to the cart and then say, hey, Neil, please substitute Le Parfum de Ida for Summoning, right? So he's open to doing that based on what he has available. And I did email him a few weeks ago, and I guess everything that he's made, he still has, which is awesome. So that's kind of cool that even though they're not on the menu, they're still on the menu if you ask. Okay, so let's jump into Summoning. And this is released in 2017. And it is not on the menu, so you have to go, this is one of the ones, again, you have to put something else in and say, hey Neil, can I please grab Summoning instead? So let's go to Parfumo. Again, 2017 by Neil Morris. I could have swear to God though I saw this on here. Okay, hold on please. Okay, I lied. He has 3 sections on his website, a new fragrances section, and Summoning is on that portion. So not so new, 2017, but new for him, I guess. So I'll read what he has on the website. So Summoning. Summoning is an attempt to summon deep powers from beyond. It's the calling of the protective circle around the home fire to keep menacing elements at bay. It also represents our ability to summon sacred powers from within us, to protect and strengthen ourselves and those who we love in an hour of need. So the notes here are Redwood, coffee. It's definitely we'll talk about, leather, teakwood, earth notes, sawdust, castoreum, civet, and Nootka, Cypress. So, pause about some notes that I didn't know. Nootka cypress is actually a coniferous tree that grows in Alaska, I guess. So it can smell a few different ways. Can come off grapefruit or blackcurrant, which can kind of pissy if it's done too much. I don't get that at all from this. But where Nootka cypress is really used is to make a pencil shaving accord, quite often in fragrances. So if you have something like School by Rook, those types of pencil, I think it's actually in Sawdust, no, I'm sorry, Woodcut from Olympic Orchids. I think that's in there too, but I'd be surprised if it weren't. But it's just a note that for which I was not familiar, so I wanted to look that. So let me spray this and I'll talk about this. I'll spray it again. And I've been spraying things on my skin and on my hands. So thank goodness it's winter and I have the hoodie experience. This is my kind of fragrance. So there's woody notes, there's leather, and there's animalics. Those 3 things are like the trifecta of notes to make me happy. A couple other things, of course. When you spray this initially, and it's quite light for being a redwood-based fragrance, like, yeah, but that's fine. Again, so there's not a traditional note period, right? I'm sorry, note breakdown. But you put this on, I do actually get some grapefruit. Oh God, it's so spicy. So, this, God, it's so beautiful. You immediately get redwood cedar. So if you haven't smelled redwood cedar, go to Home Depot, I guess. I don't really know where else to tell you to smell redwood cedar unless you live on the West Coast and you're able to smell that quite often. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful smells. If you ever got a chance or get a chance to go to Sequoia National Forest in California, please go and walk around and just, don't wear any fragrances, wear some deodorant that's not scented, and just walk around and smell, right? You will smell the most beautiful, wonderful things. And I feel like he's tried to capture that experience of being in a Sequoia forest or redwood forest in this fragrance. So, leather, and some teakwood, a little bit of coffee, but on my hoodie, it's sawdusty, castoreum. I don't get any dirty civet yet, but castoreum's still there, but it's a little bit more sweet. And definitely some leather, right? The leather in here is quite surprisingly bold. So I don't quite know which leather accord he used to make this, but And then you do get that richness of being outside, right? So you get that soil smell, and the Nootka cypress can actually smell like soil as well. So I think he tried to pull those together also to support each other. But this is like, it takes the elements of a couple of my favorite fragrances and kind of throws them together, right? So anything dirty with Civet, like take the Koros base in Civet, right? I'm sorry, the Civet base in Koros, and then mix it with something like Bloodline or something like woodcut, like I mentioned before, and a straight up leather like Bundy or Bellamy or Azurite from Estee Lauder, and put those together with a little bit of coffee. I'm not a big coffee fan usually, right? So it's a Seattle chocolate type coffee, though. So it's a dark, rich coffee, and it just jumps off your skin. It's great. The projection's good. I don't know what the Sawdust because I'm not walking around my house, but it's something to try if you know that you like heavier fragrances for you, but it's not overpowering, right? Like it's not, you're not going to smell it and be like, oh God, it's too much. It's too much. But yeah, it's really nice and really unique. Like I've not smelled something like this before with the exact same breakdown, right? So it opens pretty strongly and then it settles in though. Like you get some woody notes and some leather and some Civet. And it's really, really great. But the performance of this is not crazy great on my skin. It lasts like 2 or 3 hours per se, but I'm okay with that. I'm surprised. I can smell it for 2 or 3 hours, I should say. So how I think of this is, and follow me on this, for some reason, say you're in the sequoia forest, right? And you happen to have on your really well leather jacket, right? Because for some reason it's cold there. And you have a Ouija board, right? Made of teakwood, and you're trying to summon some spirits, something within you, whatever. And this isn't the way it comes across, right? But those animalic notes, I think, represent, for me anyways, like the fear you have when you are in that situation and you're really trying to summon, whether through a Ouija board or not, get all of your really feral instincts together to get that physiologic the fight or flight response you might need actually to help people that you love, right? So I pictured like a bunch of people, leather jackets, skinny jeans, Doc Martens, of course, with their Ouija boards, probably smoking a cigarette. So it'd be cool if there were some smoke notes in here too. But really, in this forest, right, the sawdust component, I'm not quite sure it would be a destruction type thing. But again, you have your Ouija board hanging out, have your animalics, have your feral, and you're smelling all of these forest smells while you were trying to experience summoning some power within yourself, or again, Ouija boarding it for someone else. And it's just very cool. Like this is exactly the kind of fragrance that is just, it's I don't want to say mainstream. It's acceptable enough socially, I think, but also walking the line of being a little bit, well, it is artistic, obviously, but a little bit weird, which is my jam. So awesome. And where would I wear this? I would wear this probably, honestly, not everywhere. So, because it does have, like, you wouldn't be used to smelling these type of notes on a person usually. Like the leather, the Civet, the coffee, sure. But when you add the woodsy notes all together and it comes together for this experience, it might be a little bit off-putting. So, again, very public situations, school, work, hospital, public transportation. I would give it a wear on your skin before you decide. And you could spray, I think I have like 4 sprays on my shirt. But yeah, I mean, I would rock this at home all the time. It's super cool. So I actually want to compare it to woodcut someday and see, because it does remind me a lot of woodcut right now. Comparables. Woodcut's really the only thing I can think of that has those woodsy type notes that are dominating too, but like they'd have to be pieces of a bunch of other fragrances to say something comparable. So again, this is Summoning by Neil Morris. And yeah, if you guys have smelled, please let me know. If you have anything else you want me to review from him, let me know, please, before I get back to that sample bag. But I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Take care, be well, treat yourself well, others well, and we'll talk soon. Bye.